Have you ever tried reading an English sentence, and while you understood the words, the feeling escaped you? That's because language isn't only grammar and vocabulary, it's story, memory, and mystery. Sometimes, the things that stay with us aren't the ones we fully understand, but the ones we feel. One of the best ways to grow your English with meaning is through stories. When you follow a story, you don't just study English, you experience it. So if you're ready to experience more than just words, like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to Trueling. It was raining lightly in Lisbon when Daniel ducked into a small museum on a side street near Alfama. The building was quiet, old, and dimly lit. He didn't know what kind of museum it was. He had seen no signs outside, only an open door and a woman behind a small wooden desk who nodded as he entered. Inside, the rooms were simple. No glass cases, no crowds. Just framed photos, some yellowed with age, some newer, but all black and white. It felt more like someone's home than a museum. He walked slowly through the halls, listening to the rain tap gently on the windows. Each photo seemed to carry its own story. Children playing on stone streets. Women hanging clothes on balconies. Old men playing cards beside a fountain. He didn't recognize anyone, but it all felt familiar somehow. Then he turned a corner and saw it. A large family portrait, 4 adults, 2 children, and a dog. The group stood in front of an old Portuguese house. Everyone faced the camera, their expressions still, their clothes from another time. But Daniel froze. There was space for a 7th person. He could feel it. The photo was perfectly framed, yet slightly unbalanced, as if someone had been standing on the far right, just outside the edge. The grass bent in that direction, the dog looked that way, and the little girl's hand reached toward empty space. He leaned closer. The photo was dated 1957. No names. No description. Just a small number written in pencil, 42. Daniel stepped back and looked again. He couldn't explain it, but it felt like someone had stepped out of the photo, recently. Not in a ghostly way, not like something spooky. It just felt incomplete. Like a story that had already moved on. A man walked into the room behind him, tall, quiet, gray coat, and stopped beside him. He glanced at the photo, then at Daniel. "Strange one, isn't it?" the man said, softly. Daniel nodded. The man paused for a moment, then added, "They say the missing person only appears when they're remembered." Daniel turned, but the man had already walked away. He looked at the photo once more. The family still stared out, unchanged. But something inside him had shifted. He left the museum without buying a ticket. The woman at the front desk was gone. The street outside was dry now, though he hadn't noticed the rain stopping. Later that night, Daniel tried to find the museum again. He walked down the same streets, checked his map twice, asked a vendor nearby, but nothing. The open door was gone. He still had the memory, though. And when he closed his eyes, he could picture the photo perfectly, every detail, even the empty space. Especially the empty space. In today's story, we explored natural expressions like ducked into, felt familiar, stepped back, and just outside the edge. We also saw how past simple and past continuous work together to tell a subtle, mysterious story, and how phrases like, something had shifted, bring emotion to language. We upload stories like this every day to help you connect with English in a deeper way. So like this video, subscribe to Trueling, and tell us in the comments, have you ever seen something ordinary that felt like it carried a secret? See you in the next video.